Hey guys, welcome to the channel. This is my 2022 Toyota Supra 3.0 Premium. And in this video, we're going to talk about 5 things that I absolutely love about the vehicle. So I did make a video a while back on things that are really annoying about this car for a daily driver. And yes, that video is a little bit negative, but this video is going to be positive on all the great things that this car does. So for number 1, I love the styling. So I know it's kind of like a controversial styling. I have 2 cars that are very controversial on the styling. I have an M2 G87 and the Supra. Because when this came out, everyone was freaking out. Oh my God, it looks so bad. Now a lot of people have kind of like warmed up to it. They like it now. But I think it's cool because it's unique. You know, like there's nothing else that really looks like a Supra. Except for maybe like some hints of like the 90s Supra. But like there's nothing really that looks like a modern day Mark V Supra. It's kind of a unique looking vehicle. And I really like that part about it. So the styling's cool. Now I bought this one pre-owned. I bought it private party, and the previous owner did put this wing on it. I'm kind of 50-50 on it. I know some people actually hate it, but I think it's fine. It kind of fits the car okay, because Supras do look a little bald in the back when they don't have any sort of wing or anything on it. So, but yeah, I love the way it looks. I love how unique it is. Number 2, let's talk about the BMW underpinnings. So that's actually a positive for me. So I know some people are like, oh, I wish it was actually Toyota. BMW makes a better sports car anyway. So I'm glad that this is made by BMW. And let me tell you why. You got these really nice BMW brakes that you put on here. So those are BMW brakes. They have like wear sensors and all that. It has the nice auto leveling LED headlights, right? These are all things that you'd find in like a premium vehicle. Front and rear parking sensors and side sensors here. So, you know, it has this long nose, but if you're pulling up to something, you can, you know, the sensors will detect when you're getting close to stuff. It has auto folding mirrors, has an LED turn signal light on it, blind spot monitor, smart key, or say keyless access. The inside. Now, this is not the most high quality leather, right? It might even be like, I don't know, vinyl or something, but the inside is pretty nice. So the carpet is a high-end carpet. Like, it feels nice. It's easy to clean. It's nice, good ply. You know, it has this nice, let me show you guys, this nice carbon fiber right here. You know, the screen is not huge, but it's not horrible either. You got heated seats. You got the sport pedals. I'm surprised they didn't make the dead pedal like sporty as well. That'd be kind of nice, but you know, it's BMW switchgear, so it's like a more high-end car. And this car has LEDs on the inside and outside. So there's no bulb on this car that's not LED, which is also nice, because a lot of manufacturers, they'll put LEDs maybe for the headlights, but you know, you have an incandescent license plate light or incandescent bulbs inside. This car has LEDs everywhere. The glove box is lined in felt. So it's like a more premium, higher end car because it's based off of a BMW. This one even has like adaptive cruise control, a heads-up display. Since it's a BMW, you have the cool, you know, the extensions for, or not extensions, but these are adjustable, how tight you want that. You have lumbar, obviously, like I said, the memory seats. So it's a high-end, like, it feels like a nice car because it is underpinned by BMW. Which leads me into my third point, which is one of the greatest parts of this car, and that is the B58 engine. So let's check it out. All right, guys, checking it out under the hood, you can see we have the very nice B58 inline 6. From the factory, it makes 382 horsepower and 369 pound-feet of torque. Or it might be 368 torque. I need to double check on that. But this engine's fantastic. It sounds good. It's very smooth. It has tons of torque, which we'll talk about once we get to driving it. It looks nice underneath the, you know, the engine bay. It's actually a really good engine. It's known to be pretty reliable for the most part. It gets good miles per gallon. And yeah, I just can't say enough good things about this engine. I'm very impressed. I've always wanted to own a B58 powered car. And the nice thing is that I own the fastest version of the B58 because the Supra is the lightest car that has the B58 engine under the hood. And one of the great things about the B58 is that it sounds really good. So let's go ahead and get you guys set up here. guys, the car sounds that good. I'm only revving it to like 4,000, 4,500. It will let you rev all the way to redline, but I don't want to upset these people over here in this house. But the car sounds absolutely great. Like, I love the exhaust. I love the catted downpipe. Sounds incredible. And this is stock tune. All right, guys, number 4 is definitely gonna be the way this car drives. So let's take it for a drive here. Let's start off in normal mode here. Make sure the auto start stop is off and traction control is off, because who needs traction control? So one thing I absolutely love about the way this car drives is just how smooth everything is. So even though it's a sports car, the suspension is not harsh. I have it in the normal dampening setting. There's a normal and there's a sport dampening. In normal dampening, the suspension is not that bad. Like, it feels fine. Is it as smooth as a Cadillac? No, but it doesn't ride super rough where like you just hate driving in it because it's just so rough. Like, it actually rides pretty good. The engine, obviously, with the low end torque, I was talking about the B58. The low end torque is incredible. You barely put your foot down and the car is just banging through those gears real quick, and it's using all that torque that the B58 has, and you don't even have to really rev it out that much to get going. So we're going to take off onto the street here. We're just in normal mode. So this is without changing any sort of settings, right? So we're in normal mode. Trans is shifting like butter. That 8-speed ZF is fantastic. Shifting like butter, and you can just get up and go. That was maybe like a 5th throttle. I was like barely stepping on it, and it was just going. I love how lightweight this car is. So BMW rates it at 3,400, or I should say Toyota rates it at 3,400 pounds, but this car, I weighed it on a cat scale. Now maybe it's because I was low on gas or whatever, maybe because this car has, you know, an aftermarket exhaust system, but it was only 3,340, and that's pretty freaking light. So think about that combination. You have a 3,340 pound car with a almost 400 horsepower. Well, it's realistically 400 horsepower because it's underrated. So even though it's 382, it's realistically about 400 crank horsepower. So you have a 400 horsepower engine, 3,300 pound car, or 3,340, ZF 8-speed automatic. Like, that's just a perfect combination for everything to come together. And this car feels it. I mean, the trans, like I said, is so good. The torque is so great. So this car as a daily driver, it sucks in terms of like all the storage space and all that. That's what I talked about in the previous video, and the visibility and all that. But the powertrain is fantastic. I'd argue to say that it's actually better than an S58 powered car for daily driving, because not only do you get better MPG, but the turbo spools up a little quicker, and it's better low end torque, which is what you want in a daily driver. So all those things, I mean, just, it feels great. I'm going to show you guys real quick how it shifts in like the sport mode without me using the paddles. I'll use the paddles a little bit later, because I use the paddles a lot in this car because it's so fun, and the exhaust with it popping and sounding all good. It's really fun to use the paddles. All right, here we go. We're in sport mode now. That's just barely stepping on it. Obviously in sport mode, the throttle response is enhanced, so you don't have to step on it very far for it to give you more throttle. But sport mode is great. And look, when I slow down, downshifts. Slow down again, downshifts again. I'm not doing anything. The car is doing that all on its own. Speed up. And that's just a normal, like, or not normal, that's in sport mode, but that's the car driving it. Now I can go to the paddles too. I just flip this over like this. I do like that there's a dedicated manual mode, and now we're in the paddles. You can hear the great pops. The exhaust is so lively, I love it. Now I will admit that's enhanced by the modifications that this car has. It has a catted downpipe and a Magnaflow X-Force exhaust, but it does that from factory, it's just not as loud. I also have an intake which sounds really good. So this is 45 in third gear. This car just moves. That torque, like the turbo spools up real quick. And like I said, we got the lightest weight B58 chassis right here. So this is the fastest B58 you can buy. I love the sounds. All right, well, let's go back into normal mode. And let's get into number 5. And number 5 is that I love how balanced this car is. I love that it's a purpose-built sports car, which obviously is not good for daily driving, but I love how they made this a purpose-built sports car. We got 2 seats, we have rear-wheel drive, we have a longitudinal mounted engine. It's just a great chassis, and I love how it does versus the competition. So again, like I said, this car has not too much power, but not too little power either. It's like just right for this car, because I can put summer tires on the rear, which I have Continental Extreme Contact Sport 02s. And when I raced the Audi RS3 from a dig, I raced the stock Audi RS3 8Y, and everyone's like, oh my gosh, he doesn't know how to drive. No, my Supra can hook. My Supra hooks from a dig. So if you have all-wheel drive, but a rear-wheel drive car gets just as good of traction, then your all-wheel drive advantage is really not there anymore. So this car hooks really good with these tires. So they're just 275, they're factory width, summer tires. Every time I race it, I do like a really small burnout, just kind of clean it off, maybe warm up the tires a little bit, and then it just hooks, it just goes. So that's the nice thing I like about it, is that the power that this car has, it's perfect for just putting normal summer tires on the back. If you make your Supra really fast, which we'll talk about in a second, if you tune your Supra and make it super quick, you're gonna get no traction, and you're gonna have to drive around with drag radials the whole time. See that torque? Low end torque just gets up and goes. Cut in and out of traffic, no problem. But anyway, yeah, it's very balanced. Like I said, I love how light it is, and it's really good versus the competition. So for example, a stock 8Y Audi RS3, the Supra is faster. And you can watch that video if you don't believe me. The Supra is faster than a stock 8Y Audi RS3. It's a hair slower than a 10-speed Mustang GT, right? And a 10-speed Mustang GT, especially when it came out in 2018, that car was freaking fast, especially for the price. This car is just a hair slower than a 10-speed Mustang GT, which again is saying a lot about this car, because a 10-speed GT is pretty quick. It's also faster than a Scat Pack. It's faster than, you know, like an M340 or any other B58 powered car. Now, one race I really need to get in, because I think it'll be very, very similar, is racing a stock 6th gen Camaro SS with an automatic. I feel like that would be a really good race with the Supra. I really gotta figure that out. So if any of you guys have one, a stock 10-speed or 8-speed 6th gen Camaro SS, feel free to reach out, because I really want to see how that does, because I think it'll be neck and neck. I really think that it'll be dead even, because a 10-speed Camaro SS or an 8-speed SS Camaro is also a hair slower than a 10-speed Mustang GT. So again, the performance versus the competitors, this car is really good. And the tuning capability, so those cars that I was comparing versus are naturally aspirated except for the RS3. But this tuning capability, like, you do a simple tune and now you have way more power than any of those cars could ever imagine with just a simple tune. Now if you do E40, then it's really quick, or E50. So, you know, the car is just a great sports car, and I really enjoy driving it. I think it's fantastic. If you guys are considering one as a toy, right? If you're okay making tons of sacrifices, you can daily drive it too. But if you guys are considering it as a toy, I definitely recommend. It's a ton of fun. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe, share your thoughts on my reasoning below, and I will see you in the next one.